Hey guys, we got another battle report here with BBBZ versus Palp Aces. Zach is flying the 4 B-Wings and the Z95 Bandit Squadron. Everyone's seen this list before. It's the classic jouster. Lots of hit points, lots of attack. Do not fly into it head on. Victor's running the ever popular Palp Aces with Omega Leader, Whisper. Well, this one has Agent Callus, Fire Control Systems, and Veteran Instincts. And Captain Yorr is housing Emperor Palpatine. Okay, both players deployed on opposite sides of the board. Zach's going to go ahead and move 3 forward with all of his B-Wings. Meanwhile, Victor is going to stay still with Captain Yorr and move Omega Leader right in front of him for a block on the next turn. And Whisper is going to go ahead and move 2 forward and probably going to cloak there. Zach Z95 is going to move 4 forward to stay in line with the rest of the B-Wings. First turns are so repetitive that both these players just agreed to move at the same time. Normally you're going to see the B-Wings and the Z95 move first because they're all pilot skill 2. And then Captain Yorr will go, followed by Omega Leader, and lastly Whisper. Just kind of looking at the composition of these lists, you have a standard Palp Aces and then a standard BBBZ list. Whisper went ahead and decloaked 2 towards the board edge. You definitely are not going to run straight forward into 4 Bs and a Z. This list is built around jousting with cost-effective ships, 5 shields, 3 hull, and 3 attack apiece. He's going to do everything he can to skirt the edges and take them out one at a time. Omega Leader went 5 forward and put on an evade. And Whisper's going to just move 2 forward. Omega Leader has comms relay, so that evade is going to stick with him for the remaining turns, as long as he doesn't spend it. And Whisper's going to cloak for next turn. And again, Captain Yorr bumped into Omega Leader at the start of the turn with a green movement and removed its stress. For next turn, I'm guessing that the Omega Leader and Whisper are going to move forward even more and try and set up a flank. They want to get around these B-Wings. They definitely don't want to face them head on, even though they do have some pretty good evade dice with cloaking and just natural 3 evades. Still, there's just too many red dice flying at them if they were to run head on. You can see Whisper is actually decloaking 2 further away. And Zach is going to start moving the swarm towards Victor. He's doing a 2 bank to the left. I think he's contemplating a barrel roll right now, but he's just going to focus. And like any good swarm player, he's just going to keep everyone doing the same movement until they absolutely need to break formation. So they're all going to do 2 banks to the left. And including the Z95. Sometimes people use the Z95 to fly ahead and block, but he's going to keep it up there for now. Yorr, surprisingly, being a little bit aggressive, did a 2 bank to the left. And now Omega Leader's doing a 3 turn, facing the enemy now. He still has that evade, so he's probably just going to focus. Well, he's contemplating, but he'll focus. And Whisper's going to do a 2 turn, and we'll probably cloak up again. Alright, so no shooting yet, but the tables are set. Next turn, we're going to see a lot of red dice hit in the field. And I actually have no predictions. If Victor concentrates fire, he may be able to take out 1 B-Wing. And in return, Victor's probably going to prioritize Zach's probably going to prioritize Omega Leader, just because it has the least hull of anything to destroy. But if Victor keeps playing aggressive with Captain Yorr, he might take the bait and go after the shuttle. Alright, so decloak's happening. He's moving 2 forward to try and stay further out of their front arc. These guys are going to just move 1 forward. Oh, and you can see at the start of the round, Victor placed his Callus token on that first B-Wing. That Callus token lets him, when he's attacking, he can basically turn one of his focus results into a hit, and when he's defending against that ship, he can also turn one of the focus results into a dodge. So, number 1 has a target on him already. That B-Wing is going to go ahead and target lock Omega Leader. And B-Wing number 2 is moving up. Another bank. He's probably going to check target lock as well. Yep. Now these guys are going to be too far to target lock Omega Leader, so they're probably just going to focus. And B-Wing number 3 is also going to just focus up. Z95 is only doing a 1 bank. He'll focus as well. Alright, Captain Yorr with Palpatine inside did a 1 bank towards the action. And he's going to focus up. Mega Leader moving 2 forward. Does have the protection of that asteroid helping him out. And of course, Omega Leader is going to put a target lock on number 2, the B-Wing that has the Callus token on it. And Whisper just moved up and did a focus. Whisper does get to shoot first. However, if Whisper shoots number 2, it would be through a rock, so he's going for number 3. This is a range 3 shot. And looks like he's going to lose his first shield. With fire control systems, he's going to put that target lock on there. Omega Leader fired against number 2 as well. Sure, this is surprising Zach. They're going after the B-Wing that's not target locked. Did another damage to it. And Captain Yorr is doing a range 3 shot. And in total, those 3 ships took away 3 shields from that B-Wing. Let's see if Zach can fire back. He's checking his furthest B-Wing now. Or, sorry, he's checking his... Yeah, the Z95 was out of everything. And his backline B-Wing is going to be through a rock at range 3 for Omega Leader. He's going to roll 3 dice against 5. And that's a couple hits, but it's a lot more evades. Alright, number 4 is going to fire now. We got 2 more hits, but that's 2 more evades. One of the front ones is going to fire. This is a range 2, I believe. So yeah, still nothing. Last one's firing. We got 2 hits and no evades, but he's going to use Palpatine to turn one of those into evade. So Omega Leader loses his first shield. So not too bad of an exchange there. We'll see how they go next round. Okay, for round 2, we're going to start with a decloak from Whisper, and he is going to move back towards Victor's side of the board. B-Wings are going now. You have number 2, the one who has lost 3 shields, is taking a 2 bank to the left and focusing. Looks like it already has a target lock on Omega Leader. Number 1 is going to take a 1 bank to the right and is going to focus. It has a target lock on Omega Leader as well. Number 3 is going to take a 1 bank to the right. And he's probably thinking either target lock on Yorr. Yep, target lock on Yorr. And number 4 is also going to the right. So we're kind of dedicating ourselves towards Yorr now. Another target lock. Z95, no surprise, is going to take a 1 bank to the right. And we'll probably check. Well, he'll just focus. Alright, Yorr is going to move 1 forward, and he is right in the fight of those B-Wings. That's not good for that shuttle. He's going to just focus up. Alright, Omega Leader, surprising everyone with a 5 forward. Zach's going to go ahead and help him out with a little proxy. But he is flying through the asteroid, which I'm sure Zach didn't account for. And uh-oh, that's a crit. Time to use Palpatine. Let's turn that into not a crit. With that shield already gone, Victor couldn't afford a crit on a Mega Leader, so Palpatine has been used already. And Whisper just did a 1 forward and a barrel roll. Hopefully that barrel roll is going to have him stay in firing arc for number 2, the B-Wing that's been damaged. Also, it's going to get him out of firing arc for a couple of Zach's B-Wings. So, starts first. This is a range 1 shot, 5 dice against number 2. And we're looking at, he's going to use his target lock. That's 3 hits. He's going to spend his focus. And he's going to lose, I believe, 2 shields there. Yorr. Yorr is going to punch Zach's B-Wings. Yorr has range 1 to both number 1 and number 3. He's going to take a shot against number 3, who doesn't have a focus token. That's 3 hits. Zach's going to roll nothing and lose 3 shields off a fresh B-Wing. Alright, and Victor forgot his cloaking device, but Zach's going to be pretty cool and just give it to him. Fly casual, guys. Okay. Zach's going to be taking a lot of shots at Yorr. Looks like the first one took away 1 shield. Z95 shooting now, completely missed a shuttle. What a rookie bandit there. Now we've got, with help, a target lock, at least 3 hits, so Yorr only has 1 shield left, and another range 1 shot. That looks to be 4 hits, so Yorr only has 2 hull left. I would say this round definitely went to Zach. That's pretty good. Let's see if Victor can bounce back for the next round. Last turn the B-Wings did quite a lot of damage to old Yorr, and currently on Zach's side, he's got damage spread around among 2 of his B-Wings. Number 2 in particular only has 1 shield left, whereas number 3 has 2 shields left, so Zach's looking, I would say, a little better than Victor at this point, but you can't underestimate those aces. Whisper and Omega Leader can certainly take out multiple B-Wings on their own, so long as the flying is done correctly. Not a lot of room for Yorr to fly. However, at the same point, I don't know where those B-Wings are going to go, because they don't have enough space to K-turn with Yorr blocking them. It's going to be interesting to see which direction those B-Wings vector off to. And then number 2, the most damaged B-Wing. Is he going to run away, or is he going to try to join the fight? Well, Victor's going to decloak towards his Palp shuttle. Maybe he's attempting to block one of those B-Wings by doing that. Now that Zach's going to go, he is doing a 2-turn with the injured B-Wing. That B-Wing has the Omega Leader target lock. Has a target lock from Whisper currently on it. And he's going to just focus up with that one. Alright, B-Wing number 1 is going to do a 1 bank. And it's really close, but he does not bump into Whisper. So nice job there, Zach. He's going to go ahead and put a target lock on Yorr. B-Wing number 3 is also doing a 1 bank. And again, no bumping on Zach's side. It's going to free him up to do an action. He's probably going to put Put another target lock on Yorr if he's really wanting Yorr to die. Okay, B-Wing number 4 is just going to inch on up 1 forward. And what do you know, another target lock. Z95, he's the only one who really veered off. He's going to go 2 bank to the right. And he's just going to focus. Well, Yorr only went 1 forward and does bump into one of the B-Wings. Omega Leader is doing a 1 turn towards the action. Currently has a shot on the Z95, but he's going to go ahead and do a barrel roll. And probably might have a shot on that B-Wing number 4. Whisper now is trying to do a 1 hard turn through that B-Wing. Zach's going to proxy, and they're going to take a quick look-see here. Whether he makes this turn or not is going to have a big implication on the game, because if he bumps into that B-Wing with no actions, he's probably going to get a range 1 shot from the 1 B-Wing behind it and a range 2 shot from B-Wing number 2. But if he makes it, he's going to be completely out of arc of all the B-Wings. And it looks like he's going to make it. Whisper's going to live to fight another day. And that to me looks like a focus token. Alright, well, Whisper only has 1 shot on B-Wing number 2. Again, this is the most beat up B-Wing. I think it has maybe 0. He's going to go ahead and use Palpatine right now to guarantee 4 hits, and that's going to be a dead B-Wing. That's a good use of Palpatine, keeping track of your opponent's life total and using it when it will guarantee. Yorr is going to take Omega Leader's taking a range 2 shot and will do nothing against that Z95. Now Yorr is going to take a range 1 shot on B-Wing number 4. And he's going to take off a couple shields. Oh, he takes off 1 shield from B-Wing number 4. Then number 4 is firing back at Yorr with target lock. He's going to get 3 hits. Doesn't matter what he rolls. That's a dead shuttle. Now we're going to do a range 1 on Whisper. And Whisper's going to spend his focus and his evade to take nothing. Whew. Well, each opponent lost a ship, so I would say that's not entirely unexpected. That shuttle had very few places to go and not as much hit points left. And thankfully Victor was able to finally take out one of those 8 hit point B-Wings to make the attrition game a little better. Omega Leader is currently in a very good position behind 3 of those B-Wings and the Z95. Whisper, on the other hand, it's hard to predict where that ship's going to go with the decloak action, but we'll see. And looks like the Callus token is currently on B-Wing number 1. So far that Callus token has yet to actually come into play. Same goes for Omega Leader's target lock. He keeps shooting ships that are not target locked. Kind of reminds you just how mediocre Omega Leader is when he's firing against a ship that is not one that he's target locked. Alright, decloak's going to happen. He's going to move towards the right side of the space map. And Victor's helping out Zach, moving his Z95 for him. He's doing look like a 3 turn to the right there. And he's going to target lock Omega Leader. B-Wing's doing a, let's say, a 2 left. They're both doing 2 lefts, and he's being a little hasty. I don't see any actions going up there. Oh, there we go. They're both target locking. And we did a 2K turn with B-Wing number 4. Alright, Omega Leader's doing a 1 left turn. Probably a good time to put that evade back up. And Whisper does bump into one of those B-Wings. Fortunately for Whisper, Zach doesn't have any shots on him. Whisper's going to go ahead and, or not, sorry. Yeah, Whisper's going to take a range 1 shot on number 3. That is 3 hits. So it's broken through all the shields and has 1 damage card on it now. Omega Leader is going to go after that same damaged one. And that looks like a miss to me. Alright, so now the B-Wing that K-turn is going to do a range 1 shot on Omega Leader. Oh my gosh, that's hit, hit, crit, crit. He's going to spend his evade token and he took a direct hit and an irrelevant critical. That's dead Omega Leader. Wow. This is a game, folks. Well, the table is set for Zach. But like I said, this could still go Victor's way. Right now he's got a pretty good position being behind all of the B-Wings. And because they're still in a pseudo squad formation, if he evades one of their arcs, chances are he's going to evade the rest of their arcs. If I were Zach, I would just be trying to cast a wide net and forgetting about formation flying and just spread out those ships. That way, no matter where Whisper goes, hopefully you'll have at least 1 shot at him, and then you can try to play the attrition game with 4 ships against his 1. Alright, he's going to go ahead and decloak, and he's going to move 2 inches in the middle of the 3 B-Wings behind 2 of them. Zach's going next. He's going to go ahead and do a K-turn with number 3. That's the most damaged B-Wing right now. He has 2 hull left. And then a K-turn with number 4. It's really close to the rock, but unfortunately he does land on the asteroid, so no shooting this turn. And the asteroid does a point of damage. By the way, number 4 does have the Callus token on him. Alright, and then B-Wing number 1 is just moving 2 forward. And he's going to target lock while he can. And this poor Z95 is doing a turn, but just way too far to matter. Whisper's just doing a 1 turn to the right, not moving too far. Would be in line of fire of 2 B-Wings if Zach hadn't hit that asteroid. So he's going to focus, checking range right now, and looks like he is an arc and range 1 of the damaged B-Wing. Well, they're going to double check if that's range 1, and sure enough it is. So that's going to be 5 dice at that damaged B-Wing. He just needs 2 to get through. And with target lock and focus, that's more than enough to get through. I think he got 4 through. So that is a dead B-Wing. And Zach has no shots currently on Whisper, so that's a pretty good round for Victor. He's got to feel like he can come back now more than he did before. And he's actually taking out ships and losing nothing. I'm going to expect that Z95 is going to do everything he can to join the fight. And unfortunately, that 1 B-Wing on the asteroid is stressed right now, so it can't do a K-turn. So he's probably not going to have a shot at Whisper. But number 4 might. I'm guessing he's going to loop around that asteroid and hope that Whisper is within firing arc when all said is done. As far as which way Whisper is going to decloak, well, I guess we'll find out now. He's going to decloak away from the B-Wing and towards the right board edge. Alright, here comes the Z95, useless as ever. And yep, here's the B-Wing trying to wrap around the asteroid, but that arc's not going to do anybody any good. Just going to focus. And this B-Wing's going to shed his stress by going 2 forward. Already has a target lock on Whisper. And he's going to go ahead and barrel roll to the right. That doesn't seem like a good decision. Yeah. Whisper is going to do it 1 left, and that's going to just give him a range 1 shot on that B-Wing. Thankfully, that B-Wing has 4 shields left, but that is 5 damage went through, with at least 2 of those being crits. So there goes the 4 shields, and here's a crit. If he overlaps any ships, he's going to take a damage. 2 good turns for Victor in a row. This game is turning around. Alright, the game is winding down. There's probably only 8 minutes left in this game. So Zach needs to really be careful with his movements. He can't afford too many wasted turns. And then Victor, he can either play the long game and just try to stay safe and run away with Whisper. Well, actually, I take that back. Victor needs to kill at least 1 more ship. Otherwise, he'll lose by MOV. So Victor can't afford to run away. He has to still play a little bit aggressive. I don't see any cloak tokens out on the board, so there shouldn't be any cloaking this turn. Alright, let's start with that B-Wing. Victor's going to help out with the Z95. And we got a K turn, followed by a 3 forward for the Z95 that also put a target lock on Whisper. And then B-Wing number 4 is going to do a 2 turn. And he's going to check and see if he can barrel roll a little bit closer. He can, and he will. Well, Whisper's loves those 1 turns, keeping things nice and tight. Victor's checking to see if Zach can shoot him with number 4. Looks like he currently can, so he's going to do a barrel roll. Probably get out of arc of number 4 and be within range 1 of number 1. And with 5 dice, target lock, and Agent Callus, we're looking at least 4 hits. He had no shields left, so there was nothing he could do to live. Takes 4 damage, and that's another B-Wing dead. Zach has no shots. So this is the point where Victor could conceivably just dance around the board for the rest of the game. He can just run his ship and try not to die because there's not too much time left in this round. If I were Zach, I'd probably do a K turn with I'd probably do a K turn with both of them, to be honest, because I'm guessing that Whisper is going to take another right turn towards them and keep trying to follow the circle. Oh, looks like he's going to just move 2 forward. No, I guess he had his cloak this time, so he moved 2 forward with the cloak. Zach's moving too forward. He's contemplating a barrel roll but couldn't, so just focused. Z95 is doing a 3 turn, misses the asteroid and is going to focus. Alright, so Victor is just doing a 3 turn himself, and now he's going to barrel roll to get out of arc of Zach's B-Wing, and nobody has a shot. Around and around they go. It doesn't look great for Zach right now. He can't keep playing follow the leader because he's going to lose that game. He's going to do another 2 turn with the B-Wing. That asteroid is really preventing him from getting a good barrel roll in. Alright, now we got a K turn with the Z95. That should give him at least 1 shot. We're doing a hard turn with Whisper. Then we're going to barrel roll out of the B-Wing's firing arc and then behind the asteroid to give him some cover from the Z95. B-Wing's pretty close. They're making sure, but they don't believe the B-Wing's in arc, so Z95 through the asteroid. He's looking at 1 hit. He's going to save his target lock, and Victor does evade that. Time is winding down. This could be Zach's last opportunity to get something done. Victor, on the other hand, technically just has to stay alive. If I were Whisper, I would just zip far forward as much as I could. B-Wing is doing it too. Did evade the asteroid. Z95 is just doing a 1 forward, also evaded the asteroid. And Whisper is doing a 3 bank. He's going to bump into the Z95, which still gets out of the B-Wing's firing arc. It's not there. That's going to be game. Nice job, Victor. Came back from behind. Just goes to show you never quit when you're down.